before we start this video, I'd just like to say thank you guys once again for 50,000 subscribers. I dropped a 50K special Q&A in my last video. I'm going to go ahead and leave the link to that in the description. Also, guys, we've done it. You guys have asked for it. I decided to deliver. We have a Discord now. I think this will be a great opportunity for us as a community to interact with each other, make new friends, and for all of you guys to just be able to interact with me a little bit better. Link will also be in the description. Thank you guys for watching and enjoy the video. Being tall is overrated.
What do you mean being tall is overrated? Do you have any idea how hard I have it being short? I have money, talent, I can fight, I can love, I dress nice. But because of my lack of height, I'm still a loser. I can't get a girl or make it to the NBA. And you're sitting here complaining about how being tall is overrated? How could you?
Just hold your horses, Tiny Tim. Trust me, I get it. I hear the complaints all the time. And I do have sympathy for my short people out there. Being tall definitely has its benefits. You get picked up first for sports. You don't have to hop over someone's shoulders at a concert just to see the stage. And really, these girls out here be having height requirements stiffer than Oxford University's GPA requirements. But at the end of the day, you know, if you're short, you're short. There's nothing you could really do about it or anything. It's how you were made, and really, you can't change it. So always make sure you love yourself and be satisfied with who you are. Never mind, it's 2023. No pun intended, but the lengths that some people are willing to go through just to be tall. It's okay to want things that are unrealistic sometimes. After all, God knows the amount of nights that I longed and prayed for a girl with a cami ass and Chun-Li thighs. But at least my wants don't fuck with my health. Hopefully, you're not gonna convince me that people that got bone lengthening surgery aren't gonna take a step one day to their leg being snapped in half. If you were thinking about getting bone lengthening surgery, maybe this visual representation will hopefully change your mind. Because this is literally what you're doing to yourself.
It's working! It's working! And they said it couldn't be done. I feel totally normal.
But as a man standing at a staggering 6 foot 2 inches tall, I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret. Being tall is not all that. We have our own problems. Problems that outweigh the things that you claim to be so beneficial about being tall. So in case you guys couldn't tell, that's what this video is gonna be about. This is why I think being tall is overrated. But before we get to that, can we just please debunk this archaic misconception?
Being tall equals nice.
It's just simply not true. And by no means am I trying to be disingenuous. It does definitely help to be tall in the dating field. But it's not the end-all be-all. Some short people act like if they woke up one day and they became 6'5" out of nowhere, that all the girls would be running over to them like NBA Youngboy when he went over to that mall. Like, my man, slow your roll. You got at least 3 significant problems to worry about before you even get to height. And I don't know, maybe it's just me. My fellow tall people, vouch for yourself down below in the comments. But supposedly tall people get all the girls, right? Where they at? I've been patiently waiting to this day. People really gotta stop thinking that the thing keeping them from what they want in life is one physical attribute. I had fucked up teeth for most of my life, and I remember saying to myself, when I finally get these shits fixed, all the girls gonna be on me. Then I finally got them fixed and they approached me alright to ask me if I had on a new sweater. And I'm just gonna let you guys in on a little secret. Most girls don't know what the hell they're talking about. They have no reference for size or height. Just round yourself up a little bit. Say you're an inch or two taller than you really are. I know people that are like 5'8" and get away with telling people that they're 6 feet tall. And no offense to those friends, but if they're 6 feet tall, then I need a 30-day contract for the Shanghai Sharks. You could even abuse the roundup system if you want. Let's say you're 5'6". Well, why is 6 scared of 7? Because 7 ain't 9. So at that point, being 5'9", you might as well just go ahead and say 5'10". Which, with certain shoes on, you might as well be 5'11". And I always stress this to my 5'11" fellas, just tell them you're 6 feet. No one's gonna take anything away from you. Because as soon as girls hear that 5, this is just what they think of. I'm sorry. It just is what it is. If I tell her I'm 6 feet and you tell her that you're 5'16", I'm still gonna walk away with the benefit of the doubt, just because they don't like to hear that 5. The first thing that sucks about being tall is the damn back pains. The amount of back pain that I go through at 19 years old has me not wanting to even make it to 40. When G Grimy made that video about school desks, I felt that to an otherworldly degree. Because everyone agrees that those desks are uncomfortable. But try sitting in those desks when you're 6 feet tall plus. It's simply murder. Y'all be so attracted to tall people until their backs elevate past their heads. And I don't care how many people complain about being short. I'd be 42 Spark any day before you caught me dead being built like Mr. Crocker. Anywhere you go, it feels like no seats are ever made for you. Which brings us into the next thing. If I'm in a car and I'm the tallest person there, give me that front seat. I'm tired of having to argue with pipsqueaks that I need more legroom than the average person. Oh, what you mean you need legroom? I think you were just fine. We're the same height. Nigga, no, we're not. Look at yourself. And I hate when you get in like an Uber or something, or someone's already sitting in the front, and then you have that fucktard that decides to have his seat pushed all the way back to the point where there's literally no space for my legs. Like, why does it look like I'm giving birth to you back here? Then when I try to rearrange myself to get comfortable, it's, oh, you can't put your feet on my seat. Well, unless you want them on your fucking shoulders, move that goddamn seat forward. The other thing I despise about being tall is the unwanted attention. If you're in a room and not everyone else is 6 feet and above, people are just gonna be staring at you. And by no means am I complaining, because once again, I'm only 6'2". I don't go through this situation that often. But I feel bad for those people that are like really tall, like NBA level tall, like wasted height tall. They stand out like a sore thumb. And some people might say, oh, the attention is good. What's wrong with getting attention for being tall? But man, it's one thing if you're getting attention for something nice or something that you didn't have to hear all your life, like, oh, you're so tall. But it's another thing when everyone is staring at you because they think the Georgetown Hoyas have a missing center. Oh, you're so tall. Thanks, I know. Oh, do you play basketball? I used to, but not so much anymore. Hey, can you hand me that sugar on the top off? Nigga, no. Is what I wanted to say after being asked about 3 follow-up questions before being asked to do a task for somebody. But I do it anyway because I'm not an asshole. The other thing I hate about being tall is you really just can't dance. Especially if you're tall and skinny, like, you're gonna be looking goofy as hell. Your legs are longer, so in order to bend your knees, you have to bend them in like a 30 to 20 degree angle and come all the way up in one motion. And I'm from New York, it's only right that once in a while you gotta get a little sturdy, especially if you're like at a party or you're just around your friends dancing, getting lit. And honestly, it's fun. I can do the moves. And then I look back at the videos later and quite frankly, it looks like I'm in pain. And it's not just dancing. Any sudden fast movement that I do looks stiff as hell. I dance like a dumb cartoon character and I run like Nikola Jokic. And speaking of Nikola Jokic, the last thing that I hate about being tall. Everyone assumes that you're good at sports, which when you're actually good at it isn't really much of an issue. But I was always okay to mediocre at sports, so I always hated going to the park and playing with a bunch of randoms that I don't know. Because it would always be some prick that wants to dribble the ball all day and thinks that because I'm tall, I'm gonna go after all his goddamn rebounds. I'm sorry, my man, but that is simply not how I play. I'm not about to be in the paint, boxing out The Rock and Yokozuna for a rebound. Because yeah, I get it, I'm tall, blah, blah, blah. I'm supposed to be able to jump high and get the rebounds, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, cool. But there is one attribute that these guys have that I simply just don't. They are horizontally tall. I won't even get a chance to get the rebound because when they throw all their weight on me, where the hell can I jump? Every dude that picks me up first is always immediately disappointed when they realize that I'm not about to be down there fighting a guy that looks like he just got out of the shower for rebounds. Like, my guy, you just got to the park. How the hell are you already sweating bullets like that? I am not touching that nigga. Then you got those old heads that be like, oh, you're taller than him. Just post him up and do a skyhook. Nigga, I'm not Kareem. You think this is the 70s or something? I don't remember the last time I attempted a skyhook. Then when I attempt to do what they asked me to do and I toss the ball over the backboard, they decide to get mad. Well, I'm sorry I couldn't live up to your expectations, Bill Russell. My favorite player is Kevin Durant. Hell, you ever seen Kevin Durant taking a skyhook? Granted, I don't play like Kevin Durant either, but You get the point. I hate having pressure and expectations put on me just because I'm tall. So you guys are probably thinking at this point, after about 9 minutes of rambling and complaining about being tall, would you give it up to be short? And the answer is hell no. I just did this video because someone gave me the idea and I thought it'd be pretty funny. So shout out to X Factor for the idea. Comment down below of anything you guys would potentially want to see, and yeah, later. You fun-sized motherfucker.